I worked as an AVP, but I didn't really communicate with I didn't have personal communication with my project kids. And I think that's really a disadvantage because I'm supposed to train these people. I'm supposed to make them feel like Psyche is their home. I'm supposed to make them want to be in Psyche, want to be in code. Pero I addressed this at the end of the SEM. That's why I started connecting with my project heads. I started attending all of their meetings. Started being friends with them because I believe that in succession planning, that without them, the org would be nothing.
As for me, I didn't do much of parang individual consultation. I did things on parang independently. I explored yung mga processes on how things should be on my own. Pero parang doing it on my own is parang a fallback kasi since I'm just new in these things. So parang hindi ako sure dun sa ginagawa ko. Tapos parang running as a DP, parang I want my ADPs to parang be open to kahit lahat ng parang any concerns, any help that they need for the processes or anything. Parang they can ask me. Parang mas maging efficient, mas maging successful yung pag-implement ng projects.
I also have a question for Code. Okay, this is something that's been bothering me for a while now. But then, what are we doing, or what are you guys going to do to tap into newer people participating in NCMH visits? Because from what I know, it's usually the same people who attend repeatedly. And from time to time, new people go, but then usually what happens is that they go once and then they decide not to go, or they go once and then they're the ones that repeatedly go. So I want to know what your plan is next year to get new participants in the NCMH project.
I realized for 2 years na for some members, when they go to NCMH visit, after parang they get traumatized. That's why parang they don't go again. So I plan na, like so other orgs, after the visit, is parang to have a kamustahan session. Parang hindi lang sila yung members na, parang we don't get them for the project to be successful. Parang yung kamustahan session, parang it's just to make them feel na parang important sila, na they're part of the org.
Your question was how to tap newer people.
Tap newer people or keep people interested in going after they've gone the first time?
I think the problem with NCMH is not really that they don't want to go back, but first one is tapping new people. I think NCMH really lacks promotion. First of all, when I mentioned NCMH to people, they're really interested, and some of them say, "Bakit hindi ko alam to? I feel like they am not informed." So I think the number one problem of NCMH, that's why we have a problem with tapping new people, is because they don't really know about it. So one of my goals is to connect talaga with bugs and promos as early as possible to promote NCMH. Second, for them to go back. I really believe that you go back to something not only because of that, but also because of the relationships you form. Me personally, I'm in psychic because someone tapped me. It was Russell. He formed the personal relationship with me. That's why I'm back. That's why I always keep on going back to psychic. And I believe that these forming of relationships won't really be formed in psychic projects. Because sometimes you get the feeling that, they're only doing this because it's a project, ganyan. So I think that you should really form relationships in a more personal way, as in like bonding kayo, ganyan-ganyan. Not under the name of psyche, but just for the sake of forming a relationship with a person. And then they'll go back.
Chantal and Nakina.
Okay, about code then.
What can you do about the problem with NCMH? I'm sure you're aware about we're not assured if they're using the money that we give to them, right? And are you gonna add other beneficiaries parang hindi for NCMH? And nga, if they're not giving us assurances, parang nasasayangan yung pera natin when we could give it to other beneficiaries who can, who needs the money. So, do you have any plan or
I plan, nag-usap kami before ni AC about connections. So, if we can make sure na if we give them money na ginagamit nila plus pag bibigyan na we can give them stuff in kinds na lang. Like, pag yung medicine nila, they need slippers, ganyan-ganyan. I thought AC yung connection, she was asking what NCMH needs. So, if we give them medicine and slippers, ganyan, yung pang hygiene, you would be able to make sure talaga na they're using it. Ano nila i-corrupt or something in this.
no, but for example, kung just years ago we gave like chicks or something, but even recently it's questionable if it's really for the project. So, actually mas vulnerable kung bigyan mo ng medicine because the people can actually get hindi yung patients. Anyway, just
If kung walang assurance talaga, parang we're not go to another beneficiary. Parang to make sure na yung kung ano yung pinaghirapan natin. Sa mga
it's already 6 o'clock, but since no one's kicking us out, we can still use the room. No one's kicking us out? But no one's using it. Parang wala. Okay, there's no class after us. Si Lady muna kasi she's paalis na. No? Okay. Nina.
Hindi ka na magtatanong?
So for consent room, kasi diba, you guys said na tayo yung gumagawa ng mga things na nakikita ng outside orgs, saka ng ibang non-psyche members. So if you have to establish a concrete identity of psyche, what would it be? I mean, ano yung gusto nyo maging mukha ng psyche to other people, especially to non-psyche members?
To be completely honest, what I want, personally, I think our tagline, our motto, basically very much defines what I want for Psyche. Where people come first, which is basically a people-centered org. Like we're all about psychology. We're all about NCMH visits, but in the end, all of these projects culminate to the fact that we look out for people, and that's what I want other people to know about us.
Sa totoo lang, I ask other people kung ano yung tingin nila sa psyche. And they always think of one image, mental hospitals. Yun yung lagi na nag-iisip pag they think of psychology or psyche. They always think na mga mental people lang yung ina-address natin, which is true. Pero hindi yung stereotypical na nakakulong, nakaparsing and everything. For me, one way to address that is, but just sa promotions mismo, we'll try to make it as non-stereotypical as possible. Kasi sa promotions mismo na reinforce yung stereotype nila to us eh. So, I could change like more positive yung promotions na gagawin or just a lighter mood instead of like mental stereotypes.
Okay, medyo technical naman to. Kasi, during our time, when we were presenting our platforms, one of the things that I mentioned was, magiging strict na yung deadline nung submission of promo request. But then, there were projects na akala nila kasi hindi na tayo gagawa ng promos. So, may